Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Showtime Boxing agrees with your boy Ego regarding the Joshua Wilder fight. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chat channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, big shout out to the Boxing Voice, link in the description. Abner Matas had an event and Jim Gray was there. I got the email and stuff, but I don't live in LA. And they conducted an interview with Jim Gray of Showtime, and he gave his take on the Joshua versus Wilder saga and everything that's led up to this point, right? I encourage everybody to go watch this. Now, just to give you guys a background, Jim Gray has been covering sports since I think the late 70s, and he's interviewed people like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Kobe, Barry Bonds, Michael Jordan, you know what I mean, everybody, Tom Brady. I remember his famous interviews in boxing, like with James Toney, and James Toney was like, "Why you run up on me, dog? I don't even like you." You know what I mean? So we know who Jim Gray is. That doesn't mean we have to agree with everything he says, but this particular interview, link in the description. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. I encourage everyone to watch it because he was dropping gems. And it's funny and ironic that when I say very similar things, eerily similar things, I'm racist, biased, but the fact of the matter is what he said regarding Joshua Wilder is how most boxing fans feel. And the only people that don't feel this way, you know what I mean, are the people with something to protect, the people who aren't true boxing fans, etc. But just go watch the interview. I'm not going to make this video too long, but I want to highlight a couple of things that he said. For starters, he says, basically, I'm just going to paraphrase because I didn't write down the quotes or anything. He says, they need to figure it out. $50 million does not grow on trees. And he says some people would say it would be egregious for Anthony Joshua to leave the UK stateside or whatever, come across the pond and fight against Deontay Wilder for $50 million. Jim Gray says, I believe the contrary. I believe it's actually ludicrous for him not to do it. And I agree with that. He says that type of money does not grow on trees, which is what I said. Also, I mentioned in my past videos and live streams, 50 million is the highest guarantee for any heavyweight in history. So basically, Joshua would be offered an amount of money that no other heavyweight has seen for a guaranteed purse. Jim Gray in this interview, he just touched on a lot of very good points. He also stated stuff like, compared it to Mayweather-Pacquiao. He says, nobody wants to go through that again, what we went through as fans with Mayweather-Pacquiao, the back and forth, the drug test, the 40 million flat, and the fight ultimately not happening for 5-6 years. He says, and besides that, neither fighter has earned that right to do that, which is something that I've said in past videos. It's shocking. It's shocking how you have other respected people, trainers, Showtime announcers, boxers, and they're saying the exact same thing that we're saying over here. New media, Ego's army, right? And what he means by that is this. Neither fighter, Wilder or Joshua, have accomplished in their sport what Pacquiao had accomplished, what Floyd had accomplished independently before their names were really buzzing and linked to fight each other, like really synonymous. That's what he's saying. Manny Pacquiao, before the Floyd fight, they were in different divisions at different times and stuff. But before they were like linked to fight at welterweight, Pacquiao had already beat Marco Antonio Barrera. He had already beat Eric Morales. He'd already done these great feats. You know what I mean? Le Dubois in his American debut. He'd already fought those fights. Floyd had already beat Diego Corrales, Gennaro Hernandez, Manfredi, right? He had already done these things before his name really got linked to fight Pacquiao and before the infamous, I'm not going to take a drug test because I'm afraid of needles. Joshua and Wilder, albeit they're very good fighters, they haven't done what Pacquiao and Mayweather had done to the point where they're in a position to make people wait that long. You know what I mean? Pacquiao had pay-per-view success, or Floyd had pay-per-view success with De La Hoya, you know what I mean? And Floyd had been on pay-per-view with Arturo Gatti. I believe that was a pay-per-view as well. It wasn't his highest selling pay-per-view, but he was still on pay-per-view. Wilder hasn't been on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Joshua hasn't been on pay-per-view in America, which is much bigger than the UK, where we can charge $60 to $100 for a pay-per-view, not these other UK pay-per-view prices. So I agree wholeheartedly with what Jim Gray was saying. And Wilder or Joshua, neither one of them have earned that right to stall out the fight, is what he's basically saying, which is what I've said in my past videos. You know what I mean? It's like I told you guys with Canelo Golovkin, I told you guys again with Joshua Wilder, these fighters and fights and promoters, it's like they're trying to stall out, let marinate, and these different things with the anticipation and with Mayweather and Pacquiao in mind. But it doesn't work like that, because for it to work like that, everything has to line up exactly how it did with Mayweather and Pacquiao. Pacquiao moved through all these divisions. Floyd moved through all these divisions. They were respected champions. Pacquiao beat who he beat. Floyd beat who he beat. And they were who they were at the time. And the time was different in terms of the pay-per-view market. You didn't have fire sticks and all this other stuff. So it was just a completely different time. So you can't use one formula or what you believe to be the formula or blueprint to stall out fights for whatever reason, or have people clinging on, hoping for this fight in hopes that it'll grow. It doesn't work like that, because times are different. You know what I mean? It's like back in the day, you might have been able to get through college by cheating and going to a certain place to find all the answers to your test. But now, since the game is different, you have a lot of people who go through college with online courses, right? They probably have better ways to check for plagiarism and different things like that. Versus if you went to college, let's say in the 70s, they didn't have the same ways to check to see where you were copying your literature from. But they got an app for everything now. So the point being is you have to take into consideration evolution. You know what I'm saying? Just like you look at places like Toys R Us. The reason Toys R Us is going out of business is because the business model doesn't fit with all of the current structure and what's popular now. Because one, kids, I don't even know if they really played with toys like they did when I was younger, right? Because kids want phones, they want technology, they want iPads, they want, you know what I mean, a hoverboard or some shit, right? They don't necessarily want a He-Man toy, Ninja Turtles, right? They want different shit. Different shit is available to them. So you have to understand that evolution and those different things that change with the generations. Therefore, Toys R Us can't really coexist, because you don't really need a standalone toy store anymore. You know what I mean? Kids aren't really playing with toys like they once did. And, oh, let's go to Toys R Us and get a bike and stuff like that. Times have changed. In addition, you also have competitors who have made it extremely easy to shop, like Amazon Prime. So why do you need to go buy a toy online if you can go to Amazon Prime, get that same toy, probably get it a little bit cheaper because it's stored in a warehouse as opposed to a big box standalone store like Toys R Us, and have it shipped to you and get it within 2 days? You know what I mean? So as long as you account for and plan a little bit, you can get that same item probably a little bit cheaper via a 2-day shipping on Amazon Prime. So the business model didn't evolve enough to the point where it was able to last. That's why Toys R Us are going out of business. So that being said, Joshua Wilder is in a similar boat. It's like things have changed in terms of the pay-per-view structure. We now got apps that we have to purchase as boxing fans, or they want us to purchase. You have probably less pay-per-views, like less big ones. There's other ways to watch pay-per-view. You can go to Facebook and watch pay-per-views. You know what I mean? It may get shut down or something. The person who's doing it might get in trouble. Who knows? But there's still other available options for watching these fights. Whereas Mike Tyson, when he's fighting Lennox Lewis, you couldn't just go to Facebook or Instagram and catch a random person streaming it for you. You know what I mean? Who paid for it. So I agree with Jim Gray. Listen to the interview. He dropped a lot of jewels there. He also said this is what's right for boxing fans. Boxing want to see, like Deontay Wilder says, one face, one name, one champion. That's what fight fans want. They want a unification. They want undisputed. They want to be able to say he is the best in the division. You know what I mean? That's what's up. That's what's cracking. That's what fans want now. So Jim was dropping a lot of gems, and that was funny. Jim was dropping a lot of gems, but no pun intended. Jim, he was schooling people, and again, the only people who are anti this are the people who are afraid, who have fear, who aren't being objective, who aren't real true boxing fans. They're more so a fan of Eddie Hearn or a fan of AJ only, you know what I mean? But you don't care about the growth of boxing. Jim Gray, what he was talking about, being in the sports industry and covering some of the biggest events. Like I said, he's covered the Masters and NFL things, Joe Montana, all kinds of shit, right? And he knows he's covered big events, Floyd Mayweather events. He covered probably all of Floyd's recent events with Showtime. You know what I mean? So he knows the implications of a fight like Joshua Wilder, and he knows that the fight fans want it and they want it now. And he's like, what's the point of stalling it? Check out the interview. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. But it's looking bad for you boys because, again, nobody believes you. People come on, oh, you're biased. You're a racist, Ego. I'm saying the same shit. Jim Gray, he's doesn't look like me, doesn't, you know what I mean, not in the same age group as me, bracket, has a network he works for, different shit, and he's saying the same exact thing. Yet when it comes to y'all, the shit y'all saying, oh, Deontay's a bitch, Windmill Wilder, all this crazy shit, nobody's saying the stuff you're saying. Nobody who is respected, I'm referring to, right? Nobody that's covered Super Bowls, covered Muhammad Ali, covered Floyd Mayweather, covered Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant, Joe Montana, Carl Lewis, Michael Phelps, an Olympian, gold medalist, you know what I'm saying? Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Barry Bonds, right? James Toney. People with stripes, that's what I'm talking about. Not just some YouTube channel that just came around 6 months ago. I'm talking about somebody who's respected in this game, who's earned it and earned their stripes. Nobody's saying, I don't see Jim Gray being like, oh, Wilder's a bitch. He's Windmill Wilder and chat shit get bang. He never fought nobody. He's bum squad. They're not saying that. But the shit I'm saying, you have trainers saying this stuff. You have Sugar Ray Leonard, who just did an interview literally like 2 days ago saying Joshua Wilder needs to happen. Jim Gray. So the walls are closing in. Do something about it. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.